my name is Kristen Wier, and I am a criminal justice major with a minor in psychology.
Okay, and your question is, do you have a nickname and how did you get it?
I do have a nickname, and it actually started when I was in junior high playing volleyball. My last name is Wechter, and it's pretty hard to pronounce if you see how it's spelled. So every coach would call me Whacker, and it just kind of stuck. And then when I got to IU East, the volleyball team shortened the nickname, and they call me Whack now. And so it's stuck with everybody. I don't think anybody calls me Kristen. It's Whack, so it just kind of stuck, unfortunately.
Hello, my name is Aon Roberts, and I'm with the Indiana University Police Department here at East Campus in Richmond, Indiana.
Awesome. All right, your question is, describe the perfect day when you were younger.
The perfect day when I was younger was when I was at home in the summertime, and I have 3 older brothers, and all the 4 of us would go outside and spend time together, either playing football or baseball or just spending time together in the backyard, just horsing around.
My name's Enriquez. I go to Indiana University East, going to school for social work, and I'm on the men's basketball team.
Okay, your question is, what are the most important lessons you've learned in life?
I think the most important lessons I've learned in life is probably to stay true to who you are, no matter who's judging you, and take life one day at a time, because you need to appreciate every little moment you have. So I think those are probably the 2 most important things I've learned.
My name is Kristen Smith, and I'm a nursing major.
And your question is, how did you get your nickname?
I got my nickname from my grandfather when I was a little girl, and I chose to put that on the back of my softball jersey, but I was anything but sweet on the field. I would grunt while I was batting, I'd make faces, I would be upset, so the nickname just kind of stuck with me since I really wasn't that sweet.
Hi, I'm Dr. UK Law, and I'm an assistant professor in NSM, and I teach chemistry.
Okay, and your question is, where did you grow up and what was it like?
Well, I'm born in Hong Kong, and I grew up quite a bit there, but I also have lived, when I was a kid, in Australia, in Sydney, and also in London, and when I was in high school, I actually went for boarding school in Britain. And for me, it was exciting. It was all different. All the time, I just felt that you go somewhere, you meet new friends, and you learn that different places operate very differently. For instance, in Hong Kong, it's basically you are always in line in Hong Kong in school, and it's basically like attending lecture. Whereas in Australia, there was a lot more activity, a lot more what you would consider to be normal in the US, I believe.
My name is Britney Swallow, and I am getting my bachelor's in social work, and I'm also the SGA president.
All right, and the question that you've picked is, what is the best prank you've ever pulled? Who did you pull it on, and why did you pull it on them?
Okay, well, I'm a prankster at heart no matter what, so it'll kind of explain itself, but it was Pastor Appreciation Month, and we had a youth pastor, and we had our actual pastor, who's the head of the church, and we decided for Pastor Appreciation we were going to blow up 400 balloons, place them in the offices with locked doors, and we had streamers going down, and on some of the balloons we actually wrote like encouraging words like, "You're a great listener," "You're fun to be around," and it was just kind of a little fun way while pranking, because he came in and went, it was great. And then our youth leader was just like, "Only you." And I'm like, darn right. You don't get a whole lot more fun than that. What can I say?
My name is David Sanders. I'm majoring in General Studies with a minor in Sports Management and Marketing.
And your question is, what is one of the funniest stories involving you that you can remember?
One of the funniest stories, I'll tell you a story of the popcorn machine. So we had a very old popcorn machine. It was just nasty. So we ordered a new one, and when it came in a big box. So we were just sitting here, and we came up with a great idea. I was going to get in the box, and we was going to get people from the school, and we were gonna come, and I hide in the box, and I just scare them. I just jump out and scare them. The funniest thing we ever did here. It actually happened here in Campus Life, and we got like 6 or 7 different people. But the funniest one is when we called Coach Hester in here, and like I got in the box like I did with everyone else, and he had no idea, and I just jumped out, and Coach Hester, he almost punched me. He almost punched me. But that was a good time here in Campus Life, and that's what we like to do. That was about the funniest thing that I did here on campus.
I'm Dr. Mary Blakefield. I am the Interim Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs.
Okay, and your question is, what lessons has your work taught you?
Well, for the past 4 years, I've been the Dean of Students at IU East, and much of my work has centered around helping students. I've learned very much from working with them, and one thing that I would like to share is how complicated students' lives are sometimes. So there's some students who go through from freshmen to seniors to graduation, taking 15 credit hours in the fall and spring semester in 4 years, and they're done. And there are other students who take a much longer time, and these are the students that I tend to work with, and these are the students that I really learn from. Some of these students have tragedies in their lives. They share very poignant stories with me. The path to graduation is not straight, it's not fast, and there are many hurdles that these students overcome. So what I learned from them is the value of persistence that is important in achieving a degree. And nothing gives me more pleasure, and there's nothing that I'm more proud of than when I see students who I know have overcome tremendous struggles, and I see them at graduation crossing the stage. These are students who have not shared their stories with many people, and I know that I have probably heard only a portion of their story, but they're these tremendous stories that students have, and yet they persist. The easy route for them would have been to withdraw from college, to work, or to do something else, and yet many of the students don't take the easy way out. They keep at it. Their progress might be a little bit slower, but they do finally achieve their goals. And the lessons that I learned from them ultimately is the value of persistence towards a goal.
Go ahead and give me your name
Larry Richards,
and your title.
Interim Chancellor.
And your question is, if you could give advice to anyone, what would it be?
Well, I could answer the question in 2 different ways, one very specific and one more general. Very specifically, my advice these days is be very, very careful about what you put in the public domain, whether it's Twitter or Facebook or email or anything. Just be very, very careful. We're now under a microscope, and that's going to just increase as we move forward with technology. My more serious advice is something that I feel fairly strongly about, but is different than what most people might say. And that is that in addition to sort of setting goals for your life, things you might want to accomplish, also think about, and maybe first think about, what it is you don't want. That is, what do you want to avoid in your life and your career? And be sure that you know what those events or matters are, and be sure to do what you can to avoid them. And then whatever the remaining possibilities are can be open to change and to how you might want to proceed at a future date.
Nice. Any other advice?
Well, I always have advice. I think it is to be involved, get involved in what is happening in the world, in the country, in the state, in the community. People do make a difference, and the way to make a difference is to get involved, to be engaged. to know what's going on, and to enter into those conversations with others that could lead to a change of thinking.